Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about cohabitation and marriage and arguing for kind of the support of cohabitation, but I definitely do support marriage as well. So, first things first, the chapter that we were supposed to read, it defines a couple as being two people who identify themselves as being together and in a more, let's say, unique or intimate type of relationship. Um, while as marriage is a legal, documented union between two people. It is a legal document. Government knows, and on a federal level, they know that you are with that person and you are married to that person until you're divorced or whatever the case may be. Cohabitation means that two people are living together without any legal documentation of their relationship, and they don't really have to go through those formalities of getting married. There's no proposal, there's no marriage, there's no legal documents, how do I put this? So like if you're doing taxes and stuff, like you would be single, you wouldn't file as a joint. So let's see. Cohabitation started to become very popular in the late 20th century, and although it's extremely popular now, like even I know people who live like that, it is illegal in 3 states: Mississippi, Michigan, and North Carolina. I did not know that. And it's recorded that 4.85 million people currently live this way, and it's more common for people who are generally less religious because marriage is kind of like a religious thing. Most people get married in like Catholic churches and stuff like that, or like on a beach by an ordained minister or something like that. It is extremely popular for contemporary partnerships. So like if you're just testing the waters out, kind of seeing, if this is the right person you want to really be in the rest of your life with, because it's a lifelong commitment, unless you get a divorce. There are people who do this, who live like this for benefits on a government federal level. And so the example that I'm going to talk about was the example that was given in the chapter, and that's federal student loans. And I think that this is extremely important because, I suffer hard from this because I don't get a lot of financial aid just due to the assumption that both of my parents are paying for my education, and that's not the case. My parents have never given me a dime for my education, and unfortunately, that's the case for most college students. And so basically, when you're married, the federal student loans servicers, they assume that your parents are combining their resources and their income, and they're going to help you pay for your college. Whereas if you are in a cohabitation kind of relationship thing and you have children, you're going to get more financial aid by filing under single household, or I think that's what it's called, single household, versus like, saying that both of your parents are married and they're both going to combine their income. And how it seems like it's like a good thing, like to increase your financial aid reward, but it's not. Like it won't have any effect if you have parents who aren't married but they're living together. Also, down the line, when you are of old age and you're going to apply for Medicaid or Medicare or any government financial aid program for like life instances, you're more likely to qualify if you're not married. So I think that's a very important thing as well. When you're married, the government assumes, like I said, the government assumes that your resources and your income are combined. And most people, when they do this, they're, like I said as well, they're doing it to kind of test for marriage when they go into this, and they're like living together. They're testing to really see if that's what they want to do and if that's their person for the rest of their life. Some of the challenges that come along with this, though, are the divorce rate. When you are in a cohabited relationship and then they move to, like, let's say marriage, they're more likely to be divorced because they realize, they realize like it's not for them, or they start out living this way and then they never get married because they don't like it's just kind of like I said, testing the waters. So like, for example, if I had a partner, we were dating for years and years, and then we moved in together, and then we broke up because we couldn't live together. That just means we'll never be married. It's just not going to work out. So I think in terms of testing for the marriage, I am 100% for cohabitation. And I think that a lot of times, since everything's so expensive nowadays in finances, I think that's also a really good factor. And, kind of, it's like ethically, it's probably not right, but morally, I just feel like it's the best thing to do, especially like since a lot of kids can't afford college and it's so expensive and the economy is really bad right now. Another challenge would be, where was it? Another challenge would be basically like people turn out very unhappy if they are living in a cohabitated relationship where they're living together but they're not actually married. It turns out that they are more unhappy than people who are married, and I think that that's a very important thing, because mental health is very, very important, especially I know I keep saying this, but in times like these today, I think mental health is extremely important, and as it always should be. And if you want to put yourself in that kind of position to potentially risk your happiness and your mental health, I mean, you are your own person. Go ahead and do it, but because I would, but you never know. You never know. But at the end of the day, I support cohabitation in terms of like if you're testing for marriage, or for you're like giving it a chance to see, or in terms of like the certain government benefits. But I do fully believe in marriage as well, and I think that marriage is a beautiful thing. And because I was raised Catholic, and I feel very strongly that when two people love each other, they should be able to get married without any, outstanding factors that might kind of give that negative association with it. Yeah. So that would be probably my ending statement, is I'm for cohabitation on a certain level, and I'm definitely for marriage on a certain level. And if I had to pick one over the other, I think I would do marriage, just like if it was a flat out thing, I would just do marriage. But yeah, I kind of have different views on those two different things. So